My whole life, I love to watch people getting together at train stations. But little did I know that my own life is one single tragedy. Trains. I love trains. The intersection of train lines feels like the connections in human relationships. We are crossing paths. Our lives are connected and we move from one station to another. My name is Tsukuru Tazaki. I used to cross many paths. Shared a life train with my best friends. But suddenly, I have been left at a station where I was alone. We were once friends, but they abandoned me. For a reason I don't know. Since then, I'm spending my life working and swimming, without any emotion, filled with work and filled with sorrow. But I don't know the reason for this sorrow. When we were young, me and my friends often met at the Nagoya station to embark on journeys together. The trains were a symbol of our connection, of our friendship and our shared experiences. But then they abruptly cut ties with me, and my connection was gone. The straight train line that was guiding me through my life was gone. My connection to them was severed. The lines that had once symbolized my companionship became a reminder of my loneliness. Maybe simply because my name wasn't suitable to their names. All of them have a color in their name. There we have Akka, who is our red pine. He is as passionate and intense as the color red can be. Then we have Ao, whose real name is Yoshio Umi. Umi is our blue sea and is deep and melancholic as you can ever imagine. Yuzuki Shirane is our white root. She is purity, innocence, a sense of detachment. Shiro was always mysterious. And at last, Eri Kurono, our black field. I don't need to tell you that she was always complex, filled with misery and darkness. We all had a strong bond. We used to work together, hang out, went hiking, talked for hours and hours. And then, one day, I left Nagoya for Tokyo. I started studying, but constantly returned home to see my friends. But then, one day, I have been told that they did not want to see me or talk, ever again. No reason, no explanation. I was just cut off. I am Tsukuru Tazaki, a name that feels like an empty vessel, a symbol of my supposed colorlessness. For much of my life, I've carried this burden, wondering why my 4 closest friends had colorful names while I was left colorless, as if I lacked a true identity. The pain of being abandoned by my friends during our youth left a deep scar on my soul. It is a wound that festered for years, one that I couldn't heal or forget. I was left questioning the reasons for this sudden abandonment, a mystery that haunted me for a long time. But one day, I didn't care anymore. I just wanted to end this life. But then I met Sarah, a woman who showed me that life could be filled with love and acceptance. And I've also met Haida, a good friend. One day, Haida told me a strange story about his father. I didn't know how to understand the story of Haida's father. It somehow resonated with my own story. But in order to move on emotionally, I needed to confront my own past. So I started the journey of my own pilgrimage. I had to go back to Nagoya. I didn't know what to expect there. I didn't know if what I was doing was right. All I knew was that I had to confront my past. The first one I talked to was Umi, our blue sea. It felt like I was facing a demon, but it was my inner demon. What he told me was that I seemed to have done a horrible mistake. I was shocked because I couldn't remember any of this. Shiro, our white root, had accused me of rape. Was I insane that I couldn't remember? Umi also told me that Shiro has passed 6 years ago. He was too reserved to tell me more. After my other old friend, the Red Pine, couldn't help me as well, I had to leave Japan. Kuro, our black field, was now living in Finland. I entered a place that was strange to me. Kuro had a new life. For the very first time, I could enjoy a new environment that felt so different from my daily life. And for the very first time in years, I was able to talk to someone who felt familiar to me. Someone who opened up to me. Kuro told me that Shiro's rape accusation about me was not true. and they all knew. It really happened to her. Still, it wasn't me. But they have sacrificed their old colorless friend because they knew that I was stronger than Shiro, who had to deal with mental problems. By sacrificing me, they protected her. They had to find a way to make her able to cope with her problems. They made her believe that her friends will always stand behind her. When I returned home, I had finally learned a lesson. It was never about me or my colorless name. It was never about my empty shell. It was always about my inner strength. That my friends trusted in my mental resistance. While I saw myself as the weak, colorless nobody, my friends saw someone strong. And while I at first think that they were wrong about my inner strength, as I felt like I was dying inside, my friends were in the end indeed right. I was strong enough to overcome my inner demons, to confront my own past and make peace with it. The purpose of a pilgrimage is not the journey, but the destination. And once I returned home, finally with inner peace, the circle is now complete.